First take in a star-studded conference finals, multiple players are looking to repeat or break through. Let's start with SGA. He won his second straight MVP yesterday, looking to lead the Thunder to a second straight NBA title. LeBron James was the last player in 2012-2013 to win consecutive MVPs and consecutive titles. But in order to conquer a repeat, SGA will have to dodge an alien. That's right, San Antonio's Victor Wembanyama looking to win his first title and is off to a good start. He's up 1-0 right now on the Thunder. Let's go to the East. The Cavs and Donovan Mitchell have made a run to the East Finals. This is the furthest Mitchell has ever been in the postseason. Cleveland's only title came in 2016. Finally, in the Big Apple, can Jalen Brunson lead the Knicks to their first title in over 50 years? New York's last won a ring in 1973 and have not been to the finals since 1999. So when you look at all these players that I just laid out, which player, and Stephen A., I'm going to you first here, which player would winning a title benefit the NBA the most?
Jalen Brunson. That is the answer to this question. Let me break it down to, my little bro here, Cameron, and to the Godfather, Wilbon. I want you to pay close attention, Wilbon, to what I'm about to break down. And I know you're going to agree with me because Jalen Brunson's from Chicago. You have no objectivity. When it comes
I
to
wrote
Chicago,
down one name. I'm just going to tease it that way.
You and Shea Cornett, y'all have no objectivity with people when it comes to people in Chicago. Y'all are pathetic, all right? Just like I am with New York. Here's the deal. Wemby is 7'5". He's awesome. He's a superstar in this league, probably the most dominant player we have seen in many, many years. The brother is special, no doubt about that. He's not coming. He's here. He has arrived. We get that part about him, okay? Donovan Mitchell, obviously, first conference finals. We know what you bring to the table. You're well respected. You're just validating your star status. We got that part, right? We look at the SGA, he's two-time league MVP. Yeah, he's a reigning defending NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP. That's fine. Jalen Brunson is not only in the media capital of the world, the Mecca, New York City, all right, which is a different thing altogether. I mean, my God, you went to New York City. Wall Street and everybody in between benefits from that. It's a beautiful, impactful thing. Strictly to basketball, here's why Brunson is not only the answer to this question, but he is the person everyone should be rooting for. Here's why, guys. There's really no answer for 7'5". What are you going to do with that? What you going to do with that? Yeah, when you see Wemby come in and you're like, what the hell? Yeah, there's nothing. You got cats that are 6'7" going like this. What do you want me to do? There's nothing I can do. You should say, if a 6'1" guard shows up in the media capital of the world, playing for the New York Knicks, and finds a way in the Wemby era to capture an NBA championship. Does anybody have any idea what you talk about hope springing eternal? We'll be able to look forward, Wilbon, instead of coronating Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs as automatic, not just because of Wemby, but because of the parts he has around him in Castle, Vassell, Fox, and everybody and Harper and everybody in between. If you find a way to knock him off, if Jalen Brunson will pull that off, think about the future of the NBA, because if you can't pull it off and San Antonio coasts to a championship, it's obviously primarily because of Wembanyama, who's 7'5", and all of us are sitting there damn near hopeless, all right, because we're like, what are you going to do with that? But if Brunson pulls it off, there's always a chance that others can too. And as a result, you're looking at the NBA with an entirely different complexion, even though we all know Wemby going to win some championships now, assuming he stays healthy. The bottom line is, if Brunson at 6'1" is able to pull this off, that would have a far more profound impact on the future of the game than Wemby just winning.
Yeah, I didn't want to agree with you, but I got to agree with you. First of all, I'm trying to find reasons to argue with it. First of all, when we think about the Knicks playing the Spurs, they had great success. That's the matchup if I'm the Knicks. I know OKC is not looking good, and I'm not going to be a prisoner of the moment. But the Knicks had great success against the Spurs this season. They beat them 2 times in the regular season, then actually beat them in the Cup. So I think that's a great matchup because the Knicks had success with them. But as far as the answering Shay's question, it's Jalen Brunson. You're in the media capital of the world. I always hear Steven say how Kyrie and KD made a mistake going to Brooklyn. It's just
everybody knows it.
It's a different beast when you play for the Knicks. And I have to agree with them with that. And I said, you know, they had their own path. But when you play for the Knicks, it's different. Spike Lee's from Brooklyn. He's not going to be a Nets fan. Tracy Morgan's from Brooklyn. He's not. They come to the Garden. The Garden means something. And they're so thirsty for a win. I'm talking about New York fans. And for them, for Jalen Brunson, Stephen A. said it, 6'1", outside of Isaiah Thomas, I'm trying to say and think somebody that short, 6'1", 6'2", or under, that actually led their team to a championship. So we have people like my bro, that's my bro too, Kevin Durant, and he's saying he doesn't think it's a place for small guards anymore, just small NBA players. This would be a tremendous win, not just for the Knicks organization, but Jalen Brunson's stock would go through the sky, and he would be able to do whatever he wanted to do in New York City from now until the time he dies.
I wrote down one name, so I'm going to agree with these guys, but before I do that boring thing and make it a clean sweep,
I disagree.
I'll make the case for SGA. The greatest players in this league, not everybody's league, this league, have won more than one. The greatest player probably, as I think about this, to only win one is probably Jerry West. And SGA needs another
the only one on
to get
this
to
list
two.
with a chip at all.
Only one on this list. I mean, all time. If we're looking at the history of the league and taking your place in among the greats in the history of the league, multiples are what they do.
Yep.
All right. So that would be the case for SGA. There's a case for Donovan Mitchell, Stephen A. You mentioned Donovan Mitchell fleetingly. Donovan Mitchell's a telegenic guy. Donovan Mitchell, because he's played in Utah and Cleveland, has not sort of been on the stage in a way that people can see just how engaging, how delightful a person, a character Donovan Mitchell is, in addition to being a great player. And it borders on superstar, but you got to play late into May to really solidify it being a superstar. Donovan Mitchell's doing that for the first time. So there's a case to be made for Donovan Mitchell, who also is from metropolitan New York, is he not? But yes, Jalen Brunson, playing for the Knicks, has been 53 years. If we could get rid of the whining from Knicks fans about how long it's been and how long suffering they are, even though they're various franchise among fan bases who follow various sports who are much longer suffering than the Knicks, much longer suffering than 1973. If we get past that, it really is Jalen Brunson, who's a great player. I'm not going to get into the debate yet on whether he's the greatest Knick of all time. I think you have to have tenure. I think I'm not about to disrespect Walt Frazier and Patrick Ewing and the great Willis Reed and Bill Bradley and people who have been in the finals already, and some I just mentioned who've won. I'm not going to get into that yet. But we're talking about, this is an international play. If you're talking about the benefit to league and self. And Wemby is already that. He's already arrived there internationally. There are tens of millions of people wearing his jerseys and watching his games in China. It's Brunson. Brunson stands to be the great benefactor and the league if Brunson can cash this in for the Knicks.
So you kind of brought it first circle, but before you did, it felt like everyone was saying Brunson because it would benefit the Knicks and New York and he would be the king and all this. Wemby, well, yes, already a global sensation. Wouldn't winning a chip already help him more?
Yes.
Like, this is the guy who wants to win an MVP. He wants to win a championship. He hasn't done either, and he is so hungry to do so. Winning a championship would elevate him and would elevate the league. This isn't a league that's only based in New York. It's based in the world.
Shay, I get your point, Shay, but what I'm saying to you is that there's an inevitability that comes with Wemby because of his dominance at 7'5" with his skill. He's a 7'5" version of Kevin Durant. That's how gifted this brother is. He's special. What I'm saying to you is that we all have resigned ourselves to the inevitability that that is going to be a reality. With Jalen Brunson, a 6'1" guard, doing the things that he's capable of doing, to derail that momentum and to still show that a little man can be that formidable and can lead in a land of giants. Think about what that does for the league, because it gives everybody hope that indeed the dominance that we anticipate is forthcoming with Wemby could potentially be derailed instead of the hopelessness that comes with it.
Somebody better sneak into the tent quickly.
That's right.
Better sneak in quickly because Wembanyama's going to close the door.
He's going to close the door.
And I am biased in favor of my man Jalen Brunson. We both are.
The NBA